Hello again everybody, and it's that time in the week again. It's the Aces Gallery, and this is part 1. This is for February week 2 of 2019, and boy have we got some really good stuff for you. So let's start the ball rolling with a good friend of mine, Clark142 of the clan TYFS. He's rolling out in the E25 number 1, the German tier 7 TD, which is the premium tank on the EU server. Now, I personally don't like this tank, and the reason I don't like it is got nothing to do with the tank, it's got everything to do with me. I really just don't know how to play it. It's that simple. I'm not a great fan of these super duper light sort of stationary tank destroyers. It's not my thing. But let's have a look at the tank. Well, it's got HP of 1000, it's got a great view range, 266 meters, DPM of 3000. Wow, because its standard ammunition is APCR, its premium ammunition is heat, and it's got HE. Penetration's a bit on the medium side, 194. And this is without all the bells and whistles and all the equipment. Rate of fire, really fantastic. Reload time of 3 seconds, just over, gives you almost 20 rounds a minute. Aim time, really good, just under 1.5 seconds. Gun depression, it's pretty pants, but look at it, it's 8 degrees. However, the thing about this tank, it's got a fantastic engine. I mean, boy, has this thing got an engine. Forward, you're going to get it up to 65. And backwards, you're going to get it up to 20. So it's a pretty nippy little thing. Not only that, it is incredibly low down. So this tank is actually a really good tank. I just don't get on with it. Unlike Clark142, who clearly does get on with it. So far, he's knocked out just over 900 damage, and he's taken a kill. Look at this. This is the benefit of this tank. Look how low it is. The SU just can't get the gun down on it, bless him. And, you know, like I say, don't get me wrong. This is a great tank if you know how to play it. I just struggling it because, I hold my hands up, I don't know how to play it that well, to be perfectly honest with you. But it's not the tank's fault, as I say. The tank itself is pretty spectacular. It's got mobility, it's got a really good gun. I mean, it's a fantastic reload. Alright, so its armor is pretty pants, but it's a TD. Most TD's armor is pretty pants, to be honest with you, isn't it? Let's be honest, unless you're in the JPE100, and then that's a different kettle of fish, because the armor there is pretty fantastic. However, back to Clark. I mean, he's dished out 1,555 damage here. I mean, boy, he is going really well in this little thing. And hopefully he's going to get his kill. Oh no, it's the lowest roll. And that's the problem with this. I mean, you're not going to be doing oodles of damage with each shot. I mean, the damage is approximately, on the high end, 160. It's pretty low. But when you have the ability to churn out almost 20 of them in a minute, well, that's a different kettle of fish, isn't it? I mean, that's massive damage. This has got huge DPM, and I know DPM doesn't really mean everything. I mean, you've got to play the tank absolutely perfectly to get that DPM, guys, because that's damage per minute, and that means you've got to hit a shot with every single shell that you fire. The ability to cause damage in this thing is off the scale, assuming you penetrate, because the penetration's not exactly great, and assuming, you know, you always get those top rolls. But aside from that, it's, you know, yeah, okay, it's only 160 alpha. But like I said, you're knocking out almost 20 rounds a minute. That's a colossal amount of damage you can actually plow onto the battlefield. Clark here has done just shy of 2,000 damage. He's taken 4 kills. I mean, he really knows how to play this tank. And I'm pretty jealous. I wish I knew. And there's 1 against 1. Okay, he's got hardly any hit points left. But what he does have is a fantastic gun and a really low profile. He is able to give that Predator a hard time. I mean, I haven't got the Predator. I've never played the Predator, so I don't know what it's like as a tank, oddly enough. I know its turret sits very high, so he's going to struggle with gun depression, and he's going to struggle to get this E25. And Clark knows that. I mean, look at this. I mean, he's just almost farming that Predator. But as you can see, I mean, the penetration values, yeah, well, it's not the best, guys. And this is where the E25, I think, struggles. It struggles with its pen. Damage isn't the problem. Okay, having 160 churn out your gun at this tier, many would say is a problem, but I don't think it is. The pen is the problem. When you're not penning on most of your shots, it becomes an issue. Of course it does. But Clark's done 2,200 and almost 20 damage now, 2,218 to be fair. It's 1 against 1. He's got next to nothing hit points, and look at this. I mean, that's unfortunate. That was a wayward shot. But I think he's got this one in the bag. We know he gets the ace because it's AcesGallery. But does he get it with a win? Is he going to give this Predator a hard time? That's the nail biter. And if he does, wow, it deserves more than an ace. Look at this. Boom. Still taking him down. Predator hasn't got a clue. Boom again. Now he's seen him. But he can't do anything because that profile is unbelievably low. And I feel so sorry for the Predator because all Clark's done is whittled down those hit points. He's farmed and farmed. He's still trying to get that cupola. Pretty difficult. He's been farming away. And why not? I think brilliant this is. I mean, I just feel sorry for the Predator. He's not long. And look at the reload. I mean, the reload is just fantastic. And what a amazing game. Almost 3,000 damage. 2,964, sorry. Fantastic mastery. 5 kills. Boy, that is a fantastic game. And I'd like to thank Clark for sharing that replay with us. Next is I Pooped My Big Boy Pants of the Clan DE, rolling out in the M4A3E2, the American Tier 6 medium, it's a collector, on the Asian server. Now, I do actually like this tank. I love this tank. It's one of those Sherman variants, and I like the Shermans, funnily enough. I think they've got fantastic guns. A lot of people complain about them. I think their guns are fantastic. Okay, they're not dishing out mega alpha, but they are good guns. And this tank in itself, okay, it's got pretty naff HP at 920. It's got pretty naff DPM at 1,550. It's got pretty naff penetration at 128. And the damage is pretty low at 160. But it's got a fantastic rate of fire. And if you know how to use the tank, you will be able to bounce, as you can see here. I Pooped My Big Boy Pants. I can't keep saying that name. He's already bounced 300, and he's dished out 400. There's another bounce. Bounce 580 now. And I'm going to have to think of a better, a shorter version of your name, my friend. I can't keep saying that. Oh, that's fantastic. But here he is, and he's having a absolutely fantastic time in this M4. And why not? I mean, I do love the M4 variants. I really do. And I was disappointed when they turned some of them into collectors, to be honest with you. I thought they should have stayed where they were. They shouldn't have had bits and bobs taken off them. They're nice tanks. But, you know, each to their own, and this is the world we now live in. They are collectors, and that's just the way it is. But as you can see, you know, when you play the tank like this, shy of 1,000 damage, not killed anything yet. That's going to change. Another bounce. I mean, this thing is made of rubber. And if you look at the profile, when you look at the hit points, you wouldn't think that this poor little Sherman would bounce anything, but it would. It's a really good tank in the right hands. I mean, he's bounced just shy of 1,000. He's dished out just shy of 1,100. This is a nice game, and you know, this is how you should be playing these type of tanks. He's not rushing. He's not running around like a demented fool. He's taking his time. He's picking his targets, and he, you know, when they present, then he does what he needs to do. And there's the Drac. Hello, Drac. Stick 161 into you, which is a really high alpha roll in this thing. Don't forget. And, you know, the Drac's running away from the Sherman. I love that. A Drac running away from a Sherman. Brilliant. I mean, is he going to give the Drac another nop? Go on, give him, yeah. Brings the Drac down to a one-shot for almost every man and his dog. Go on, kill the Drac. Yeah, what a fantastic shot. He just threaded that through the eye of a needle. Now the MT25, poor, he's still bouncing. This is brilliant. Don't forget, so far, realistically, the only damage he's sustained is because he rammed. Goodbye, MT25. You've got to be on your way home. Yeah, you are. Fantastic. 3 kills. Just shy of 2,000 damage. Bounced 1,130. What a great game. And it's an absolute pleasure to watch. And it just goes to show you can still roll out in these collectors and have a great time. A fantastic and well-deserved mastery. And I'd like to thank my friend IPoopedMyBigBoyPants for sending that replay in. Really need to change your name. not for the game, just for me doing the replay reviews. Next up, really good friend of mine, StanleyFort of the clan FTC3, rolling out in the T25, the German tier 5 medium. Again, it's a premium tank on the EU server. Now, when Stanley sent me this video, in his email he said, oh, guess not many people are playing it. And I think he's just undersold himself. The T25 itself is a pretty... It's a tank that not many people like. They consider it pretty meh. Now, the HP is 760, which is pretty high for a tier 5. View range is pretty naff. DPM is 1,347, which isn't great. Penetration for a tier 5 is just above average at 116, and the damage is pretty high at 160. Rate of fire, well, you're going to get a reload of just over 7 seconds, so you're going to be knocking out just under 8.5 rounds a minute. Now, the thing about this tank is, okay, its armor is a bit weird. And it is. I mean, if you look at it, it's sort of it's got these weird angles, this weird type thing. You will bounce stuff in this, but it's not easy, guys. It's a very strange armor profile, and it takes some getting used to. And it's really what StanleyFort's doing is really what it's designed to do, which is peek-a-boom, and he's doing that perfectly. And this is exactly what the style of gameplay is for this tank. It's not meant to be on the front line because it just won't take it, I'm afraid. The hit points aren't big enough, its armor's not good enough, but peek-a-boom, and you get rid of KV2s, and that's a formidable tank, and it's a tier higher. So when you're playing this tank, like I said, Stanley sold himself short in his email by saying, I guess not many people are playing it. He's doing exactly what you should be doing in this tank, peeking, booming, and taking your time. A lot of people in this tank try to play it like a heavy, which always makes me sort of scratch my head and think, why? It's not a heavy. It really is a true medium. And it's not a front line, it's a second line support medium tank, guys. And it hasn't got the speed to sort of go out there spotting everything. This is a tank that just sits behind the heavies, peaks and booms. And as you can see, Stanley's taken 3 kills, dished out 1,263 damage. He's bounced a little bit. You don't get many bounces in this tank, but it will bounce. He hasn't taken a cap. His team has taken 2 caps. They're on for the win, we know that. He's taken a little bit of damage, but not much. And here he's going now on the type 58, I think. I can't see, my eyes are going. Yeah, it was a type 58. And it's gone, because he rammed it. 4 kills. 1,437 damage, a well-deserved mastery, and a kamikaze. Whoa, get in there, tough boy. And I'd like to thank my friend StanleyFort of FTC3 for, again, sending that replay in. It was a pleasure to watch. Now, another one of my friends is Matronalis Pad, and I really hope I said that right, and if not, I apologize. Rolling out in the IS-5, the Russian Tier 8 Heavy. It's a premium tank, similar, realistically, I guess, to the IS-3. Now, this is a tank that, if you've researched tier 10 of your clan storage, you can get at a really good discount. And it's actually not a bad tank if you know how to play it. It's very similar in a lot of respects to the IS-3. Very similar. It's got that strange, quirky pike nose armor, and it's got a pretty decent gun, as you can see there. I mean, 428 into that ISU. It's a nice tank. I like this tank. A lot of people don't, and I don't understand why. It is, in a lot of respects, as I say, very similar to the IS-3. However, Matronalis doesn't struggle in this tank, clearly. Having a great time so far. Done 1,600 damage, not taking any bases, not taking any kills yet, but I'm sure that will change during the course of this game. Oh look, there's another IS-5. Goodbye, IS-5. Unfortunately, the kill doesn't go to Matronalis, but 1,999. I mean, that's just just shy of 2,000 damage, which is not bad so far. And there's the first kill. Now we're at 2,232 damage. There's still 4 tanks out there, and they've still got a full team on the greens. The reds are being whittled down, though. Oh, hello. How are you doing? Can we stick something into you? Yeah, we can stick 445 into your nose, Mr. T34. And again, somebody else gets the kill. The Tiger won. However, Matrimonis has gone up to 2,700 damage, which is a really good turn in this tank. 1 kill, 2,700 damage. I mean, not bounced anything yet. Had a few of the hit points taken away, but again, nothing to give any major cause for concern. Hello, Centurion. Missed. That's a damn shame. That looked like that was spot on, but it's a Russian gun, guys, and these things tend to happen with Russian guns. 2 tanks left. I don't think they're going to be pulling this one back. It's 2 against 7. And Matrimonis is really... Oh, look at that, Lupus. Ooh, you're such an ugly tank. 3,200 damage. That's more like it. Now we're into the 3,000s. This is certainly a fantastic roll. And it seems that the TD on the red team may indeed be AFK. So here we go, going to have a look for... And yes, it is AFK. Load the HE. What can you do? Wait for the reticle to come down. Sticks. Oh, it's not AFK. He's finally woken up with a 600 roll into his nose. Let's hope that this one goes to Matrimonis. Go on, give it. Yes. 3,840 damage. That is a well-deserved mastery in a tricky tank, to be perfectly honest with you. Not the easiest tank to play. Sorry, 3,848. I was mistaken. 2 kills. A well-deserved mastery. Those are the replays so far, guys, in part 1, and I'd like to thank all those who kindly shared their replays with us. That's Matrimonis Pad, StanleyFort, IPoopedMyBigBoyPants, and Clark142. Guys, it's been a pleasure to watch you get your masters. Again, if you've got any decent replays, aces, or even just really good stuff that you want to show, even funny stuff, by all means do so at fujitsblitz@gmail.com. Comment and like below if you really want to, and if you haven't yet, please press subscribe. That would be a really nice thing to do, because the more subscribers I get, the more chance I get to get things out of others to do giveaways. Anyway, guys, part 2 of Ace's Gallery of the week for the 2nd week of February will be coming up very soon, so keep your eyes peeled. And until the next time, stay safe out there, have fun on the battlefield, and happy tanking, because hey, that's what it's all about, fun and happiness.